Hi and welcome to our Ableton Basics tutorial. This is your introduction to Ableton, and we'll be looking at two different screens today, the two main screens of Ableton. The first screen, the session view, and the arrangement view, and we'll look at the differences between these two. Let's start with the session view. This is really a space where you can experiment with different samples and see if they work together. To do that, you need to move your mouse pointer to the samples, click, and then type a search query. I've searched for guitar and I've found a whole host of guitars. If you click on one, you'll be able to preview it. For instance, if you like what you hear, click and drag in. The first very important point about our Ableton session view, and that is that it works with scenes. You'll notice on the side, this is our master controller, and it is numbered. Next to the numbers, there are little play arrows. Those play arrows you use to play one scene, one line, together all at once. For instance, did you notice how all four samples started playing at the same time? That's what this master play button does for the scene. Playing all of these all at once might not be what you want to do, and so you can create an arrangement on the session view, a basic layout of how you want your song to sound. And we'll use our different scenes to trigger these different sections of the song. For instance, I might want to have bass after drums, not at the same time. So I can simply drag it down to the next scene. I might want the keyboard to come in after the bass. I simply drag it down to the next scene down. And I might want the guitar to enter after the keyboard. So again, I can just drag it down. What we've done here is to place each sample on its own scene. If I then select only the one scene, only one instrument will play. But we want these instruments to be added onto one another. We need to manipulate what happens in the scene. We can copy these samples. To do that, click on the sample, keep Alt in, drag, and release. There we go. I've made a copy. And you can copy down on all of your tracks. Right? We've created a little arrangement. To listen to it, we're going to use the masters to change the scene. That seems to work fairly well. But there are other controls that you could also use. Notice that each one of these are tracks. So they each come with a volume fader, down for less volume, up for more volume, a pan control, left to only hear it in the left ear, and right to hear more of it in the right ear. A track enable button, now I won't hear any drums, there I will. A track solo button to only play this track, and a track record button to record onto the track. We'll cover recording in our next tutorial.